I'm a Yankees fan. I think Barry Bonds is awesome. I mean, he's a great player, and you know, people who really like sports and value what athletes do, I think should, you know, all like great athletes. I mean, if for somebody to sit here and slam Kobe Bryant because they're not from the same city that he's from doesn't make him less of a player or less of an athlete or, you know, whatever. But as far as Barry Bonds using steroids, Barry Bonds came out, I think it was tonight maybe, and threw the first pitch. Was their last game tonight or was it the other tonight? Yeah, so he came, because I got an email from Victor Conti, who was the guy who, you know, the Balco guy. I got an email from him saying that Barry Bonds threw out the first pitch and he got a standing ovation. So it goes to show you that, you know, people are still cheering him. And when they go to select the jury of his peers, I think it's going to be a little bit slanted towards Barry, and he'll probably walk for, you know, everything. Okay.
How are your brothers doing now? What are they up to?
Well, my older brother, Maddog, unfortunately passed away. My dad can tell it was December of
08.
Of 08, so December after the film.
It was 11 months.
He can talk about it a little
Yeah,
bit.
11 months after the film came out, Mike passed away. Because having seen the film was a big thing for him in doing a self-inventory, self-analysis. He heard himself on there saying, I'm not going to go to Hollywood and wait tables and become an actor. You could hear him say that, but you could also hear him say, you know, which was a double-mindedness. He would say, but you never know. You're not going to get noticed in Poughkeepsie, but you never know when you're walking down the street in Hollywood, somebody might tap you on the shoulder. So he still had these kind of illusions of grandeur, and he did make it to wrestling, you know, before 10 million people every Monday night in the 90s, and you can still go on YouTube and see, if you do Mike Bell Wrestler, you'll see all of his matches on there. So he was popular, he was heading in the right direction that way, but when he did the self-inventory of himself, he realized that something was wrong. And he came to us and he said, I don't know what it is about me. So we recommended he see a psychiatrist. He saw a psychiatrist. The psychiatrist told him, you are classic textbook bipolar. And that's bipolar right there, you know, the lows and the highs and the, you know, I hate Poughkeepsie, but I'm going to love Hollywood. I'm going to love L.A., you know, that kind of thing. So he started in Poughkeepsie, and then he went to, when he moved to Newport Beach, the first thing I did was make a trip out here to set him up with a doctor. He didn't have health insurance, so I gave the doctor my credit card. I gave the pharmacy another credit card. I said, don't give him that credit card, because I didn't want him to fall back into drugs and be using my money. So, you know, that was kind of a private thing that we did. But we did everything to help Mike. And what ended up happening was the doctor put him on Depakote to smooth out his highs and lows from bipolar. But being a personal trainer, Depakote, one of the side effects, anybody that's on it, or if you know anybody that's on it, they put on weight like crazy. You know, you can just go past a pizzeria and gain weight on that stuff. So he was gaining weight too much, and he was working out a lot, so he wanted something that would keep him slim. So they put him on Topamax. Now, Topamax, this is the same doctor, put him on Topamax, and Topamax is a anti-seizure medication which is approved by the FDA for anti-seizure, but Topamax will cause you to drop 30 pounds in 2 weeks. So the combination of those two drugs resulted in Mike's blood sugar plummeting to 12 and his potassium level spiking to 8. And he passed out and never woke up. So, you know, as parents, we always try to be fixers, you know. Oh, you should go to a doctor, you should do the right thing. So, and my wife sometimes now will say to me, if we just left him alone, he's still on cocaine and heroin, he'd still be alive, you know. But that's not the right thing. That's not the right way to live. And he had a chance on these drugs. It's just the mixing of the medications for him. There's other people that are on both medications who have not had the same side effects, because we looked at maybe suing the drug companies or the doctor and this and that, and no one will take the case. There's not enough evidence out there. There's not enough, so on, you know. So, and the money's not important. What's important is his life. But he made a statement, and to us, he made a difference. So, you know, it's a sad thing that happened, but I'm glad that other people can learn from it, that even FDA-approved drugs are not the best thing for you.
Yeah, there's, what he said there at the end, that the FDA is something that, I definitely want to follow up and kind of go into in the next documentary that I make, prescription drugs and the FDA and stuff like that. And you also